Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time of day it is where you are right now. This is Security Officer Reacts, and today we are reacting to member of the public saves security guard under attack in Tesco's. This is being hosted by 5 Minute School YouTube channel. Link will be in the description. Again, I don't think this is the original source. I did do a search for the original source video for this. Got a lot of other videos, but not the original one for this one. So again, if anybody knows the original source to this video, please let me know down in the comments. And without further ado, let's get into the video.
An incident unfolded in a Tesco supermarket where a customer appeared to engage in a confrontation with one of the store's security personnel. The situation escalated when the customer, visibly agitated, began to swing his arms in an attempt to strike the security guard. However, the guard skillfully dodged the blows, stepping back to maintain distance and de-escalate the situation. As this was happening, other store employees began to approach the area, perhaps to offer assistance, but they did not directly intervene in the conflict. In a further act of aggression, the customer hurled a box of Coca-Cola cans towards the security officer. The situation took a turn when a bystander, another shopper, stepped in, successfully restraining the aggressive customer.
Down you go!
This intervention seemed to momentarily shift the balance. In response, the security guard, now with support, managed to land a few strikes on the customer, who, recognizing the odds were against him, decided to cease his aggression and exit the store. This incident highlights the challenges faced by retail workers in managing confrontational situations while maintaining a safe environment for all shoppers. Tesco, committed to the safety of its staff and customers, likely has policies in place to handle such occurrences, focusing on de-escalation and the well-being of everyone involved. It's important for all parties to prioritize peaceful resolution and respect in public space.
Right, okay. I tried not to comment throughout that video. I wanted to see the video fully so we can go back to certain points. Now, there's a lot of people that would probably turn around and say something like, why was the security officer kind of holding back? Because at the beginning of the video, you can see that he's holding back and not really doing anything. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, really. I mean, we've covered enough social media auditor videos on this channel already, and other things. The basic fact of the matter is, these security officers in situations like this are afraid of being done for assault, being sued, or other things if they make the first move, and 9 times out of 10 the store will not back them. So it has to get to a point where you have to enter like self-defense. Now, this is the thing. It doesn't matter whether you're a security officer or a member of the public. If you are up against an aggressor, by law you have the right to defend yourself using reasonable force. Now again, if you've got a little old lady with a handbag and she smacks you around the face, that doesn't necessarily mean you should chin the bitch, put her on the floor and put her in a fucking headlock, because that's not reasonable force for the situation at hand. I mean, it's not good. However, if you've got a customer like this that's pent up with aggression and getting in your face and swinging arms and all the rest of it, then yeah, you can defend yourself. And defend yourself means that you may have to swing back and put him down, essentially. You have that right. But again, in these stores now, this is a Tesco store. The security company that's contracted to all the Tesco stores is TSS. It's Total Security Services. I should know because I worked for them for a very short time. And yes, they do have a system in place. So again, let's go through the system. It's called S.A.F.E.R, which is an acronym. So S basically means stepping back. Before reacting, take a physical and mental step back. This gives you time to assess the situation and avoid making hasty decisions. Distancing yourself, even momentarily, allows you to think more clearly and rationally. Now you can clearly see that at the beginning of the video where he was kind of stepping back, just trying to kind of assess the situation, looking around to see if there was anybody there that was able to assist. Most of the staff did not want to get involved, they didn't want to help. Your security, you deal with it. And again, you know, if there's any legal consequences, you can face them. By the way, don't let anyone steal any of our stuff. A. Assess the situation. Look for potential dangers. Is there a threat to your safety or the safety of others? This assessment will help you decide the best way to respond. Now again, is the person carrying a knife? Are there other potential people around that's probably going to jump you from behind? That sort of thing. You know, so you've got to assess whether it's safe. It's the same thing for first aid. You know, if somebody's lying on the floor and there's electrical cables going on, the first thing you do is assess the situation. You don't go straight in and do first aid because you'll end up getting zapped to, and then there's two of you on the floor. Now we come to F. Find help. In many situations, you may not be able to handle things alone. Think about who can assist you. This could be the store manager, another security officer, emergency services, or nearby customer. As you saw, the other members of staff there with their Tesco uniform on, they weren't much help. They were just kind of faffing around him, just kind of not really getting involved. I did see another member of security that had a SIA armband on him. Again, I don't know if he was part of the store or somebody outside, but again, he wasn't really getting involved either, which didn't really prove to be very useful. And in this situation, it was a nearby customer that came in and saved the day. E. Evaluate options. Before you act, consider all possible actions. Is there a way to de-escalate without confrontation? Could you ask the person calmly about their actions instead of accusing them outright? Weigh the risks and benefits of each action. Now obviously in this situation it doesn't look like that one was kind of applicable because the guy was already pent up. Now again, the video had already started when the altercation was already in full swing, so we don't know what started this. Unsure of whether he was attempting to shoplift, whether he was being abusive, whether he attacked somebody, or whether he was just being threatening to one of the Tesco staff. Don't know how it started. It was already in full swing, so again it looked like there was already an attempt to de-escalate the situation before the film started rolling, and at the beginning of it, but the guy just was not interested. He just wanted to take his jacket off and fight. So again, you got to de-escalate. If de-escalate fails, then yeah, you have to defend yourself. It's the way it is. Respond appropriately. Once you have assessed the situation and evaluated your options, act safely and professionally. Your response will depend on the seriousness of the problem, but always act within legal and company guidelines. Now again, when it comes to retail security, everybody has their own SOPs, standard operating procedures. They all handle things differently. Most of the time, you're supposed to be there as a deterrent. So if there's any shoplifters in the store, they can see that there's security there, with observing CCTV to prevent or lower the chances of them stealing. Again, once they've passed all points of sale and are trying to walk out the door and it's clear that they're stealing, you can go after them, you can stop them, and you can demand to take the items off of them. In this situation, again, we've got a customer being aggressive. Now, as I said, because security have been told constantly, you've got to be aware of what's going on. You've got to got to protect yourself, protect your ass, because otherwise you can get done for assault. You can get people that try and sue you for assaulting them, this, that, and the other. And obviously with social media auditors and that, they've always got to be on the ball and do things properly. Now in this situation, it's escalated to the point where self-defense has to be taken into account, and the seriousness of the situation means that, again, if he swings a punch at you, you've opened the door. You can defend yourself. You can hit him back, you can put him down, you can restrain him, you can do all that sort of thing. Like it or not, that's the way it is. Everyone has that legal right to defend themselves. And again, it looked like he was trying to hold back because he was probably scared of facing legal consequences. Nobody in the store was really backing him up. And again, the store 9 times out of 10 won't defend him if there was any kind of legal action taken against him. Nice to know. That's the thing, really, to be fair. But again, once the customer got involved and pinned him down, it was like, no, all bets are off now. Someone had said in the comments, why did they let him go? Well, if he wasn't stealing anything, you know, sometimes it is just better to let them go. We've got it on camera, we've got it on CCTV. By trying to restrain him, it's, you know, once he'd got up, I mean, the thing is, they had him on the floor. They should have, you know, the security guard at that point should have just jumped on him and held him down while they got some police, the police to turn up. He got up and he was just like, I'm going, I'm leaving, I'm going, I'm leaving. In that case, in that situation, just let him go, because you're only going to end up causing another altercation that could be even more serious. If he's not got anything in his hands from the store, he's not walking out with any of the store's property, just let him go. You can write it up afterwards. You can, you know, give your statement to the police afterwards, and if they can track him down using the CCTV, number plate of his car, if he's driving, sometimes that is the best course of action. I mean, like I said, that big lump that pinned him down on the floor, the only downside of this one was the security didn't get on it, they didn't restrain him. I mean, he tried to boot him when he got back up again, but again, that's kind of trying to close the gate after the horses bolted, in my opinion. You know, in that moment, he should have taken the decision to either carry on restraining him, holding him down, because at the end of the day, the customer just threw him on the floor, and I think he was screaming, "There's kids around," all that sort of thing. It's not his job to restrain him. He could have restrained him. He could have held him down until the police arrived, but it's not his job to do that. It is the security's, and the security didn't jump on and restrain him. He just decided to let him get up and walk out. So there's a lot of lessons to be learnt in this one. But again, because of the escalation in this situation, the aggression of the customer, he started swinging his arms. Yeah, you can swing back. You got to defend yourself. That's the way it is. A lot of people in the comments are probably going to kick off about that and not like it, but tough shit. That is the way it is. You have the right to defend yourself, whether you're security, whether you're a member of the public. If somebody's attacking you, don't stand there and get beaten down. Defend yourself, but with reasonable force, and obviously to the level of aggression that you're being met with. So again, if that security guard knocked that guy out and he fell flat on his arse, you don't carry on kicking him in the head, because the danger has been de-escalated. Essentially, he's no longer a threat. He's on the floor. You know, put him in the recovery position, restrain him, do whatever you need to do till the police turn up. That would be considered reasonable legal force. But as I said, with these retail stores, they just want you there to be as a deterrent and to take back items when they try and walk out with them. You know, if a legal investigation come down, they won't back the security officer. But at the end of the day, if the security officer has done things right, he's used self-defense in the right context and the right way, no legal action will come against him. The way it is. So that's that video. I will put the link in the description, although to be fair, I did go through this video in its entirety. And please, if you liked the channel, please give us a like, give us a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.